We're coming to the end of the year 2020, and what's more important for us is to look to the future. The past has been a disaster in this year. Starting in Feb, the pandemic hit India and then hit Kerala. We did our best to contain what we can, but the new normal is already here. What is the new normal? Again, let me tell you, it's about social distancing, wearing your mask, taking efforts to be sure that you and your family is safe. The way to do that is to cleanse your hands again if you go out. Don't go out too often. But we can't really say this again and again. It's about you and you being responsible. The end of 2020 is here. We're going into 2021. But before that, what comes? Christmas and New Year. So in this special program we have for you, we want to give you Christmas cheer and give you movies that you can watch with a nice and, if not with a heavy heart, with a heart that gives you more cheer than anything else. So let me tell you what we have for you are the best Christmas movies to watch on Christmas. When Tim Burton took the script and went to Henry Selick and said this movie has to be made, he asked what was the name of the movie. It's called Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, Danny Elfman plays Jack Skellington, the one who rules the Halloween world. If you look at the pumpkin head, you know who it is. But to understand this, that in Halloween, we know what Halloween is all about. Ghouls, monsters, and everybody else with a good heart trying to do the best they can to take evil away from the realm of evil itself. But what if the people and the ones, and not people really, but the ghouls and everybody else who are part of the evil network, not really evil, but if you look at it, you will understand, try to make Christmas a part of Halloween instead of Halloween in Halloween world? Well, that's what Tim Burton tries to do in this movie. It is a hilarious laugh from the beginning to the end. But also the amazing part of the movie is the fact that 100 people came together, took 3 years to make the movie. So 1 second of movie really takes 12 minutes, and that means stop motion the way it is. Danny Elfman, who plays Jack Skellington, did a fantastic role. The movie really gives you a nice feeling to understand that even if it's not Christmas in a place where Christmas does not really have to be a part of the equation, what really gives people hope for the future is that some things can change for the better. Made in 1946 by Frank Capra, the movie is called It's a Wonderful Life. Now, James Stewart came back after the war to play the role of George Bailey, a man who's going through his inner demons. What's happening with him is he wants to commit suicide, but an angel is sent from heaven to make him understand as to how he has changed people's lives and what would have happened if he was not around and not even alive. Now, this movie gives a lot of hope, a lot of Christmas cheer, and anybody who watches this will tell you again that this is a quintessential movie to watch during Christmas. Why? First of all, the hope, the cheer that you get, it'll bring you to tears because you can understand what James Stewart is going through. He's in a love-hate relationship with his girlfriend but does not know what to do about it. The commanding performance of James Stewart is said to be the best in this movie, so don't miss the movie called It's a Wonderful Life, especially on Christmas. Made in 1986, this movie is called A Christmas Story. Of course, you've got Christmas in the name itself, but there's so many movies. For example, The Lampoon's Christmas Vacation has got Christmas in it as well. The movie is there on the list, but we'll talk about that later. Now, Christmas Story is about kids who dream about what they're going to get, which the parents might not want to give them as a gift eventually. For example, right now, this kid called Ralph wants a Ryder BB gun. Now, we all know that guns are not going to be given to children for one reason. They can shoot their eyes out or even blow their heads up. But this is again a BB gun. Not something that you would get for Christmas, but the kid is determined. So what does he do? Well, if you look at the movie, you'll understand that if you were staying in America or in Europe or everywhere, where in places where you do have malls, malls have just come into India right now. You can even say about 5 years back or 6 years before that, but you won't find Santa sitting there and calling children to come and sit on their lap. This is what you find in Europe and America. Santa Claus sitting, not the real Santa Claus of course, but a make-believe sitting on a huge chair waiting for children to come and tell in his ear what they want for Christmas. Ralph is sure that he wants a BB gun, goes and tells Santa this, tells his parents this, but as you get at the end, it's not going to be a spoiler for you because the spoiler alert is right here. Does he not get what he wants on Christmas? Well, to understand what this is all about, watch this movie called A Christmas Story. It gives you the best of the best when it comes to Christmas entertainment, no matter what, only on Christmas. Now, The Miracle on 34th Street is a movie you need to watch for one reason. It gives you so much of happiness watching a movie that gives you a lot of hope for the future again. Now, made in 1947, this movie is just magical. The story about what can happen to people who are really themselves, who get institutionalized because of the fact that people don't understand them, is the basics of this movie. Now, the basis of the movie is this, that Santa Claus, the real Santa Claus, is walking around America, and one man sees him and thinks that he's crazy, takes him and puts him in a mental asylum. Eventually, there is this lawyer who comes and takes his case up, saying that this is the real deal and has to be released. A fantastic movie of epic proportions to make you understand that maybe there is a real Santa Claus around us somewhere. The Miracle on 34th Street. The movie that we have for you that you have to watch on Christmas for the best Christmas movies is A Muppet Christmas Carol. Brian Henson was approached by Michael Caine saying he wants to play the role of Scrooge, and he will do it to such perfection that people will call it the best that he's ever done in the future or the past ever when it comes to anything to do with Christmas movies. Now, why am I talking about the future and the past? Because the story is about the ghost of Christmas past and the ghost of Christmas future. The present, of course, will not have a ghost. Now, when Kermit the Frog was given advice, and eventually when Kermit the Frog was introduced in the movie, who is the best character when it comes to a Muppet, he was asked a question as to who gave him the best advice. And Kermit the Frog, I'm not going to say the name, who played Kermit the Frog, went and said the best advice came from Michael Caine, and the advice was to not blink while doing any scene. Now, Kermit the Frog is a doll, right? So where will it blink anyway? It will not blink at all. But the important part of this to understand is back then to make the special effects was difficult because Scrooge is Scrooge, played by Michael Caine. But the ghost of Christmas past needs to look like a ghost. So what they did was they took a doll of Christmas, which is ghost of the past, put it in a swimming pool, shot it from outside. The hair was going all around the place, took it, put it behind a green screen, and there you have, voila, the ghost of Christmas past. Jon Favreau came out to make this movie called The Elf in 2003, but the movie's magic would not have been complete without the amazing actor. Let me tell you, right now I think the best comedian who is there on the scene, apart from Kevin Hart, to really emote what it means when it comes to Christmas while playing a role. Kevin Hart has not played anything apart from what he does into movies that he's doing, but to literally go and emote anything that's given to you on your face as being a man who acts like a kid, well, it's Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell has got this unbelievable amount of talent that if you have seen his movies, you know for a fact this guy in real life also is a comedian, and he does not emote anything that is beyond him. In this movie, he acts like a kid. Literally, you look at him and you think to yourself that this guy has to be really honest to himself in real life also. The thing is, he's a human being who was brought up in the North Pole, in the movie, not in real life, and by elves. And then eventually he goes to America to figure out who his real father is. Watch the movie, let me tell you, there's so many laughs here, and the honesty that comes across, you cannot even imagine Will Ferrell being anything but a human being brought up in the North Pole by elves. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Now, if you go on IMDb and just put Christmas Vacation, you will not get a movie called Christmas Vacation. You do, it's made in 2000, but National Lampoon's is the one to watch out for. Now, the director and the writer, especially John Hughes, who is a writer, when he started writing the movie, I'm sure thought of Chevy Chase as being Griswold, the man who wants to make Christmas happen, wants his family to come together and enjoy the way it is. Now, you can imagine a father trying to do his best to make Christmas work in his home, but one of the other things happen that do not really take it as an easy ride for him. National Lampoon's is filled with not cliches, but very, very fresh stuff that makes you wonder if you were a father with people around you being so cynical as to what you can do to make Christmas work. You try your best and then becomes a lampoon. Well, that's what happens here in this movie. Watch it. What Chevy Chase does, his best performance ever that I've seen in any movie as Griswold, the man who wants to make Christmas work. National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. What happens when you mix up Billy Bob Thornton, Tony Cox, Ritter, and then Bernie Mac? When it comes to Christmas, the movie that you get is called Bad Santa. Now, let me tell you one thing. This movie is hilarious on different levels, but shows you the humane side of what can happen. It's not a movie for youngsters. By youngsters, I'd probably say the age group of probably 2 to 10 till 12, actually even 13. Maybe a little more. Let's go to 15. When it's in India, probably in the West, they can watch it when they're 15. But looking at Bad Santa, the name will probably give you the effect that, oh, it's a children's movie. Not really. There are a lot of explicitives that goes into the movie. There are a lot of scenes that you should not be seeing. But children are actually being given this movie to watch by their parents just because of the fact that they have not seen the movie and they don't know what it's all about. It is about hope, love, and what Christmas means to a lot of people and how people can change when they find genuine love coming from, well, children. But it's a movie that cannot be watched by children. Let me again tell you, this Bad Santa sounds like a good fun movie for children. It is not. Maybe Dumb and Dumber is a movie that can be watched by children, but not this one. Billy Bob Thornton acts as a Christmas Santa Claus who basically goes into all these malls and acts like a man who's interested in what children really need from Santa Claus on Christmas. So if you do go to the West and you see these lines of children, that because they're going without even understanding what they're doing in a line and going and sitting on Santa's lap and saying, I want this for Christmas. This guy is drunk, burnt out, just sitting down there and just doing it as a job. But his main intention, along with Tony Cox, who plays the role of his helper, is to rob these places. It's a movie worth watching for one thing. You understand that Billy Bob Thornton can really take it a notch further and act like a person who really is desperate to make things change, to make amends for his past. This is something about the past catching up with your present and you trying your best to make the future worth it. It's a movie worth watching on Christmas. It's called Bad Santa. Again, parental advisory is necessary. It's Bad Santa. Now, when Chris Columbus went and approached in 1990, it was probably been around 1988 before they even thought about making the movie. Chris Columbus went with the script written by John Hughes, went to Joe Pesci and said, see, there's this movie that I think you should act in as being a burglar. It's a feel-good Christmas movie. Joe Pesci just looked at the script and said, I'm not really going to take enough time on this because it's not something that you do. Because he was doing roles like, stuff in Goodfellas and stuff like that. He's really a hardcore gangster. And coming here and playing this movie where he's supposed to be this burglar who is getting into this comedic errors of sorts and doing all slapstick comedy, he said, what the hell is this all about? And so did Daniel Stern, who plays his partner in the movie in crime. Eventually, Macaulay Culkin played the lead role of this boy who is a troublemaker who is left alone at home alone, of course, because his parents go to France for a holiday and then realize that he is at home. But these two burglars also know that this home has got nobody in it except a young kid. What can a young kid do to do grown-up men who want to go and burglar a house? You should watch Home Alone. If you haven't watched it, let me tell you, made in 1990, even today, it's an amazing movie to watch, especially on Christmas, because it makes you laugh like hell and you feel so good at the end of it all. Home Alone for you when it comes to best Christmas movies to watch, naturally, on Christmas. The movie that we have for you amongst the list that we have right now for the best movies to watch on Christmas is an absolute gem, and it's called Trading Places. You have Eddie Murphy. If you haven't watched Beverly Hills Cop, then let me tell you, Eddie Murphy has made movies like Harlem Nights, Beverly Hills Cops 2, more movies than you can imagine. Coming to America being a gem of them all that he's acted in, but this is also a perfect role for him. You also have Dan Aykroyd, who acts here as a businessman who wants to trade places with a common thief played by Eddie Murphy. Now the story is very simple. A wager or a bet is on to figure out if a businessman who's a millionaire can go to live the life of a thug and really make it there and try to do everything he can to be positive into making his life positive. And also, will a guy who comes from the streets, a thug, really make it in the world of millionaires when it comes to business? Trading Places is what we have for you. John Landis, the director, does a fantastic job and all revolves around Christmas. Trading Places. Well, these are the movies to watch when it comes to Christmas, the best Christmas movies to watch on Christmas. Again, it's not a list from 10 to 1, so all these movies are the best ones to watch when it comes to Christmas. Christmas cheer is right around the corner. Here we are on Christmas Day. This is a special program from Rose Bowl to you movie buffs for the best movies to watch on Christmas. Only, of course, on Rose Bowl. Merry Christmas.